Hello and welcome to another video. I hope that you are all very well. Today I'll be taking a look at applying and releasing a handbrake. We'll take a look at the traditional handbrake first, the manual handbrake in other words, and then we'll take a look at the electronic handbrakes as well. However, before I go any further, I just wanted to say a big thank you to all our subscribers, because without you guys this video today would not be possible. If you're watching this channel and you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so one, you do not miss out on our future videos, and two, it'll help us to make more videos for you. So let's talk about the handbrake. The handbrake is also known as a parking brake because it's applied once we have parked up. The purpose of the handbrake is to secure the vehicle. So if we did not have a handbrake, once we've parked up, we would have to leave our foot on the brake. And if we wanted to leave the car, we'd have to put a brick or something heavy to prevent the car from rolling away. Some people refer to the handbrake as the emergency brake. However, if you do have to stop in an emergency, you should only use the foot brake and never ever the handbrake. The handbrake only operates the two back wheels. So if you did use the handbrake when the car is moving, the back wheels would stop, but the front wheels will keep on going, and therefore you could easily skid out of control. Let us take a look at a traditional handbrake, in other words a manual handbrake. In the up position, the handbrake is on, it is applied, and the vehicle is secure. In the down position, the handbrake is off and the vehicle is free to roll about. When you use the handbrake, you'll notice there's a little button here. Ideally, you want to push the button in and then lift up the handbrake. In order to release the handbrake, you need to push the button in again and then release the handbrake. It's as simple as that. However, if someone's been driving the car before you, and sometimes what people do, they don't press the button, they just pull up the handbrake like so, and the handbrake goes on higher than it should do, and it becomes harder to release. When you try to push the button in, the button does not go in, and to some people it's almost impossible to take the handbrake down. It's impossible to release the handbrake. The reason for that is that the handbrake has a little catch like so, and in order to release the handbrake, if this is the handbrake and you push the button in, you're pushing the button in and you're trying to push the handbrake down, you're trying to push it down, but it will not go down. So what you want to do, as I said, you push the button in, but at the same time you're lifting up the handbrake and then you're pushing it down. So this is the first method. You are just pushing down on the handbrake, pressing the button in and pushing down. But if you lift up the handbrake, push the button in, and the handbrake will come down. Just a couple more pointers about the traditional handbrake. Firstly, although it's not wrong to pull the handbrake up without pressing the button, a lot of people find it really annoying. I know some examiners who just dread pupils pulling up the handbrake without pressing the button. Some people find it as irritating as if you get your hands on a blackboard and you like so. So avoid pulling up the handbrake without pressing the button. The other pointer is, when you do put the handbrake down, make sure that it goes fully and completely down. If the handbrake is not fully and completely down, the car will still move without a problem. But one, you're wearing away the handbrake quicker, and two, the car will make a beeping noise. It'll let you know, it'll warn you, and at the same time you'll get the handbrake symbol on the dashboard. As far as the driving test is concerned, the driving examiner will probably ask you and say, what's that beeping sound? And it's a little hint for you to just put the handbrake fully down. If you don't know what the beeping sound is and you don't put the handbrake fully down, you continue on, then you could fail the driving test for it. So as long as you're aware of it, even if the car beeps for a few seconds, it's not a problem. Okay, now let's move on to the electronic handbrake. On a lot of vehicles with an electronic handbrake, you'll get a button like so, and it'll always have this symbol with a P sign in the middle. In order to apply the handbrake, all you simply need to do is press the button like so, and to release the handbrake, you just pull the button out and the handbrake is released. Once again, just like a manual vehicle, you will see the symbol on the dashboard come on. So this symbol is on now and the handbrake is on. The handbrake is applied, in other words. So when I release the handbrake, the symbol goes off. Although this vehicle has got an electronic handbrake, it also has an extra feature known as a hold. The hold feature works either in drive or in reverse. It's an automatic car, so if the vehicle is in drive or reverse and it has completely 100% come to a complete stop, all we need to do is squeeze the brake further and the hold symbol will come up. So the hold feature will be applied. The hold feature is a temporary handbrake. So the temporary handbrake is on. Squeeze the brake again and the hold symbol is off. So the temporary handbrake is now off. Well, that brings the video to a conclusion. I really hope that you benefited from this video. If you have, please share it with at least one person and help the channel to grow. Thank you very much for your time. Take care. Bye-bye.